Welcome to another episode of Come Together. Sid Outlaw. Sid Outlaw MMA. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm blessed, my brother. I'm blessed. I got you. Can't complain. How are you doing?
I know you are, dude. I know you are. So you and I met. You taught me a jiu-jitsu class.
Yeah.
I remember I came up to you. I was like, "So how long are you doing this for?" And you're like, "Doing what?" And I'm like, "Jiu-jitsu." You're like, "Well, I do this for a living. I'm a pro." And I'm like, "Get out of here, man." And I had a feeling, dude, because you were built different, than everyone else that's in that gym. There's just a different
Yeah,
tier that you go to when you're a pro, man. But
yeah,
and then I
yeah.
saw you at my buddy Joe's wedding, man. How do you know Joe?
Man, Joe's my strength and conditioning coach. He's the reason why I can continue doing what I'm doing now. Really
Oh yeah.
good. Yeah, he is so good. Joe is so good. He taught me how to swim. He my mobility, my movement. He's pretty good, man. And not only that, the conditioning aspect of it. It's
Yeah,
good.
he's a great friend too. He's just a great dude. He knows his
Hey,
shit.
yeah, he's really good. You need people like that in this type of field and environment, you're just not going to meet another Joe. You might, but I don't know. You know what I mean? He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
man. He's good.
Joseph
Listen,
is a
man. He's
good
good
guy.
company. I wouldn't. I'm not. I'm not saying trade him in for anything. He's the man. I love him.
Not at all. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. So you got a great record. You got a 20-6 record, which is pretty crazy as far as
yeah.
I'm concerned. And most of your wins are based on submissions and decisions, right?
Yeah, submission in the system. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And
Oh,
your background
did your
your
research?
background jujitsu, right?
Yeah, all around, but not. I mean, I prefer to grapple a lot sometimes because a lot of people aren't really good on the ground, and I don't like to have like a brawl because it kind of like makes the other person feel like they got a chance. I don't want you to
You
feel
don't want
like
to
you
give him
have a
that
chance.
chance.
Yeah, I don't want you to feel. I don't want you to have confidence when you're
Yeah.
fighting me. That's what the heck. Stupid.
So you think that a lot of people don't spend enough time training for the ground game?
Both. Yeah. Training nowadays. Yeah, they don't. No, they don't. But it's all good. It makes my job a lot easier.
I bet. I bet. How'd you get started in fighting?
I'm from Philly, so we got
So you had
started.
to.
Yeah, I got started fighting. When did I get started fighting? As soon as like I started in high school. I've been doing this like when I was in high school. I just kept
You start
going. That's
you
it.
started
We
as a
wrestled.
sport,
My
like for
dad was a
fun?
pro. Yeah, yeah. My dad was a professional boxer.
Oh, nice. Cool. Really?
Yeah,
So you grew up with
yeah,
that in your blood.
yeah, yeah. We don't like each other that much, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So how was you get two fighters, right? Two personalities.
Yeah. I mean, you
I
call it
see.
that, but it's just an environment we're in. That's how it is. We don't like. It's not that I don't like him. He doesn't like me. I don't. I can care less. I really don't care. I know some people are like, "Oh, I want my dad to like me." No, forget that. I don't care. I care more about my sneakers than I care about him like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I guess you got the disposition to it though. I mean, listen, I no one in my family has a fighting bone in their body, so and it kind of shows when I started training, but I think that I'm sure that there's a lot of dispositions that make a that bring you up to an elite status, relative to anything else. And I'm sure it looks like genes have an impact on
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, possibly. Might be wrong.
possibly. So you grew up in Philly, huh?
Yeah, moved to moved to a place called Telford, Sarderson when I got graduated high school. Pretty dope. I like that area. That's how I got good at wrestling because me thinking boxing was an end all be all, and it wasn't. Long story short, long story short, um, I did jujitsu and I won the match. However, this guy, I think his name was Matt Hamill or whatever his name is. I would never forget the guy's name, but his name was Matt. Long story short, he was an NCAA wrestler, All American. Came in and threw me all around. I never felt so demasked. Like he did so He did almost whatever he thought was a good idea. He did it, and he was successful with it. But he wasn't really knowledgeable with the ground, so I got him to like X choke. But ever since then, I'm like, dude, this guy just threw me around, and the only reason why I survived is because I got an X choke that he didn't know nothing about. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what was that? Like, what was he doing? Like, he was so strong, and he kept doing it repeatedly. Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't getting tired, no fatigue. I'm like, dude, what is this? I was just amazed. I'm like, if this is, and he's not even a fighter, he's just a wrestler. How in the heck? Like, I was just amazed. I was like amazed on his physical strength, on his mindset. I'm like, dude, what did he do? And he found out he wrestled, so I did it. I wrestled in high school because of that particular guy.
So this happened when you were in high school. You were exposed to wrestling for the first time, and you're like, "This is another art. This is another art."
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can take him to the ground, keep him there, lift him up. You can determine where the fight goes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I yeah. What's the difference? What are some big differences between wrestling and jiu-jitsu for people that don't know?
Well, wrestling is mostly asserting your dominant. You know, jujitsu is more like submission, and jujitsu is made for the big guy. I'm sorry, jujitsu is made for the small guy to beat the big guy. It makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Wrestling is more like a test of will and determination. You know what I mean? Um, so not necessarily that strength can always for jujitsu, strength is it's like chess. How about this? Make it simpler. Checkers is like wrestling,
yeah.
and jujitsu is like chess. If that makes sense.
Sure. I've noticed that about jujitsu because when I was training, while I'm training and while I'm trying to figure out how to move my body, every single movement from every toe and finger and limb makes a difference, and
Yeah.
Drew beats the hell out of me about it. He goes, "Hey man, you got to get your knee a little inward like that, and you got to fix your foot a little bit like that." I'm like, "Is it gonna make a difference?" He's like, "The difference is whether you get submitted or not in seconds." And of course it matters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right about that.
Wrestling's not as much.
Wrestling is mostly like will, determination. You got to be in shape. You got to be willing to grind. You have to have, you have to be in shape. In wrestling, of course, you have to have some type of technique. But with that technique, you also have to have tenacity. So you just can't do a proper shot. You got to do it with some authority.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it with the intent of taking a guy down and holding him. You know what I mean? And if he gets up, you got to go again immediately, almost like an animal.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jujitsu is mostly like, all right, this guy is bigger than me, this guy is tougher than me, so I'm gonna have to slow things down and make it technical, and I had to get him out of there. I had to finish him, you know.
Yeah. 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 I guess the difference that I'm thinking of, and I've noticed when I was also rolling with wrestlers, that wrestlers have a really great center of gravity. It's really hard to get them on their back.
Yes,
Jiu-jitsu guys don't
that's
mind
that
that.
physical part. Yeah, that's that. Well, it is, but we're used to always trying to keep top position. Jiu-jitsu is mostly like it doesn't matter. Like I said, for the small guy to win. So it doesn't matter where the fight goes. I have to fight there. If you're heavier than me, I have to fight from the bottom.
Yeah.
If you're no, if I'm on top and I'm better than you, I have to fight off the top. That's a different. Jiu-jitsu is definitely important at high level. Jiu-jitsu fighters beat uh, wrestlers all the time.
Yeah.
And wrestlers, but depending on the level, high level jiu-jitsu practitioner, bro, it's like Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan's wiping out everybody. And you know what he's going to do, and he still gets it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. The way I mean, in my head, like right now in the league, or at least in the UFC, when I think of wrestling, I think of like Islam or Chimaev, whatever his name is, and then when I think of
Yeah,
jujitsu, I'm thinking more Oliveira. I'm thinking more like that guy that could, he'll fall down if he gets hit, if he gets shot, but he's totally comfortable getting a submission once he's on the ground on his back. Like it doesn't bother him at all. You
yeah,
never see Chimaev in a position like that. You know, it's just shooting,
yeah,
shooting, shooting over again for him.
yeah. Yup. So you kind of understand what I'm saying about the tenacity,
Yeah,
how they keep going. Get up, they go again, and they try to break your will.
it's a different discipline. I totally gotcha. Yeah, it's very different. So, dude, 26 fights over the course of 13 years. That's a great career, no?
Uh,
It's a lot. It's a lot of fighting. It's very
yeah,
active.
yeah, I'm pretty blessed. You still want to be at the top. I was there, and Bellator's, I guess, got brought by PFL. That's when everything changed. So if that's it again, I'm climbing back up, and I'm in a good position with ACA, fighting over there in Russia. They're pretty dope. I'm happy to be in. I'm happy to be with them.
Yeah, man. I saw a couple of your fights that were online, and this past one that you fought a couple of weeks ago in Kazakhstan was awesome.
Yeah,
Literally,
right.
no damage, no hits, quick submission. Is it? Do you feel silly when you like fly all the way to Kazakhstan and you're like, all that for that? It looked like it looked like you were another league.
Man, it means a lot. That's what I try to do. I try to go out there and I mean, I'm cool. What it is, I train really, really, really hard.
Hmm.
And I pray all the time, and I pray that my Lord could get me to where I need to be. But God, perfect God timing is always the best timing.
Yeah,
So
man.
as bad as I want to fight in the UFC, ACA picked me up. And I train for that. I work really hard, and I'm one of the best in the world. So I expect the result to be the way it comes out to be sometimes. Sometimes, obviously, I lost 6 times, and I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But most of the time, we drill, we work hard, and so I expect it to be easy. It should be easy. Work my butt off. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you work hard enough, then by the time the test comes around, you're ready. You did all the hard work already. That's usually what the ideal is, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yup. Exactly. You understand it.
I try. I try. When you're training for MMA, right? MMA is mixed martial arts. It's anyone could do anything. How do you figure out how to break down your time?
Well, nowadays it's mostly for me. It's easier when it's you focus on you and you have to adjust around that. Understand what I'm saying? You have to adjust that. You focus on you. You either make him adjust or you adjust to him. Make sense?
Yeah, sure. You can either play your game or you
You
play his
know
game.
exactly. So I'm not saying that we have to play his game. I have to make a little adjustment. So say like if I know he's going to throw a lot of knees, I'm not going to shoot a lot. Right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not. That's very. That'll be dumb. That'll
yeah,
be some top tier stupidity. You have
yeah.
to mix it up. Have to move a little bit. Have to strike. Give him what he wants, but make it hurt and do it meaningful. So once you do that and you get the right reaction, then you can take him down. Then you can capitalize on all his mistakes. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see that.
So
I
yeah, you
see
have
from
to.
the I've seen from your last couple of fights that you do a great job. Like in terms of they take that initial swing, and you usually what I've seen absorb it and take it and turn it into a takedown, and you bring the game to where your comfort level is, which is on the ground, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Wherever his comfort. If his comfort level's on the ground, I'm not gonna obviously go on the ground. But where most of the people are not comfortable on the ground. You know what I mean? Like a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Even people that think they're comfortable on the ground. So that's where now let's be honest. A good striking match, you will have to knock them out, and that
yeah.
that play a game of chances. And I'm not big at in chances. You know what I mean? That's why when
Sure.
I get a lot of money, I want to start making a lot of money because I'm not dumb enough to take dumb chances in it. You know what I mean?
It's a young man's
I
game.
grew out of that's a dummy game.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's
We're
a dummy
dumber when we're
game.
younger. I'm sure that 36,
Hey,
you look
I
back at
gotta
you when you
stop
were
being dumb.
25, and you're like, this kid was a joke, right?
Dumb. I was dumb. Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
36, but I'm not. That would be stupidity. You know.
yeah, 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 yeah. How do you how often do you study your fights?
Don't really, you know what? Don't really study. I study mostly myself. I pray. I pray. I go to church. I pray,
A lot of praying.
and I just, I look at a little. I look at his my opponent, his habits, and how he moves. And look, that's about it. I try not to study, and I'm focused on me. You know what I mean? Focus
Yeah,
on focus on growing and getting better. Make sense?
yeah,
So I
yeah.
try. I try
So
not
do
to get
you
obsessed with them.
Totally, totally, totally. But I mean, so how do you go about developing your own game? Like, how do you find holes in your game throughout, as time goes on and say, hey, I could really clean up over here, or I need to step up over here. Where does that come in?
Training, training, listen to my coaches, drilling, always training, always getting better, not stopping. You know what I mean? If I have a fight, I'll look at it, I'll go back to my coach, I'll get better, and being honest with myself. And pray, and all of that all revolve around like praying and training. I keep it really simple. I try not to make it complex because it isn't.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, I believe actually, and I've heard this, but I believe this since I've heard it, that prayer isn't to change God, it's to change you. It's to
Yeah,
make you a better person.
yeah,
And a lot of people are sitting around trying to make God fit what they want God to, what they want God to look like when they should be changing themselves because, none of us are perfect,
right.
but
You're right.
yeah, man, because like your last fight last year with in Bellator, right, where
Yeah,
you lost by that decision. I watched
yeah.
that,
Oh yeah,
and you
my
had
man.
you had a lot of control time, but you're four
Yeah,
for four on takedowns. You were great with the takedowns,
yeah.
but he was hitting. He did a lot of damage to those elbows. Do you go home and you're like, okay, I got to train with elbows now. I got to train to defend those, or what do you do
Exactly.
about it?
Training. No, it's just I mean, just be a little more active. You know what I mean? I think I made the right decision that fight because I couldn't see. A lot of people
Oh,
don't
really? That's what happened?
notice that, but I had my eyes yeah, yeah, I had my eyes dilated right before the fight, so I couldn't see. I'm like, dude, this is right when I made weight. I got in the car and went to go dilate my eyes. So I played the smart game. I had confidence that
Yeah,
what I could do, I did. So if I
yeah,
didn't, you know what I mean? Like I did it, and
yeah.
I get it what they were saying about the damaging, and I don't agree with them. I don't agree with the decision. They
Okay.
scored it differently now, but it's stupid. I mean, it's not fair. It
What's the
wasn't
way they
fair,
score
but
it?
it is what it is.
Okay, what changed?
I don't even know. They gave the takedown and ground control. They don't score as much anymore. You know what I mean? Um,
Okay.
they try to make it appeasing for the audience, which is okay. I got you. I understand. But I played the
Yeah,
smart game, the safety, the better game. And the sucky part is if everybody else can do what I do, they would have done it. But they can't.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
and I get it. I mean I don't like to fight like that necessarily, but I had to. You can't see you being. I just wanted to, I had balls, so I'm gonna do it anyway. I didn't pull out.
Why
I
couldn't you
made no
see? What happened?
excuses. I went in there and did what I did. I had my eyes dilated, and I got poked in the eye, so I
Oh,
made the
you got
smart
poked in the
decision.
eye?
Eyes dilated. You ever got your eyes dilated?
No.
You ever see an eye doctor? You ever went to an eye doctor?
Oh yeah, I have gone to an eye doctor, sure. But what? Why would you went
And
to
they
the
put
doctor before the
and
game,
they put
before the
drops
fight?
in your eye, and
Yeah,
they put drops in your eye.
yeah.
And during that process, you can't see when they put drops in your eyes. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
talking
right.
about?
For a couple hours after.
Exactly. For my situation, I couldn't see. It was the next day. It was the next day, and I was cutting weight and dehydrated.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
How much
And
weight do you
I
have to
oh,
cut
and
usually?
I had some. How much weight do I have to cut?
Yeah,
I think around
usually
the
before a
average,
fight.
like 20, 25, like 25, 30.
That's a lot though, no?
Now, once you get in shape, it's a lot easier. You just gotta stay in shape.
So you fight lightweight. Yeah, it's 155, right?
Yeah,
And you walk around 185, so or 175, 185.
yeah.
Wow, man, I can't imagine. I can't
You
imagine
can
having
do
to.
it. You can do it.
Yeah, you think
You
so?
can do
Can
this
you?
for
Is
any
it easier to
everybody
gain
in
the
the
weight or
world.
lose it?
It's just a mindset. It's both. Whatever you decide. I mean, I think it might be easier to lose it than to gain it. You know what I mean? Now, if your individual goal is to gain muscle, of course you're gonna look at me like, oh, why would you want to lose all that weight? To get into a weight class. But
Yeah,
my goal is it might be different from yours. Everybody body type is different, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's just a life once you really start because if you really don't train or work out, of course it's kind of crazy, right? But if you do it consistently, it's like a no brainer on how to
Right,
get
you
in
know your
shape,
body.
stay
It's
in
just a
shape, and
process.
properly. Yeah, anybody can do it. You see it all. You see, honestly, you see it all the time. Like for me to do it, it's like laughable for the people you see on TV, like The Biggest Losers. You ever see those people? It's
Yeah,
like
sure.
they
Yeah.
do like it's not
But they all gain the weight back at the end of the day, I think, right? Like a huge percentage of them end up
possibly. Yeah, possibly.
yeah, a huge percentage of
Possibly, I
them
think.
end up gaining their weight back within a couple of years. But you know what? That's also like the people that
Yeah.
win the lottery end up broke after I think within 5 or 10 years, something crazy like that. You
No
know that?
way, really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know
Because
that.
apparently all this stuff is more about, and like what you're saying, it's about the habits that you make, not about a
Yeah.
one-time exception. So like yeah, you want to lose 20 pounds one time, you want to lose 100 pounds one time for a TV show. It doesn't change the way that you live and who you are necessarily. I mean, it might start you down that path,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think that
Yeah.
if your
I
entire
know.
life is the habits that get you to 600 pounds anyway, that's I mean, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it is. Because you gotta how do I say, you're doing it for a purpose. You're not doing it the purpose isn't to get better. You're doing it because they're offering you 50K. The winner get
Yeah.
100K.
Yeah, yeah. How much longer do you think you'll be fighting for?
Close to 40. Whenever my body gives up, I can keep doing it. That's why I give big credit to Joseph.
Yeah,
Once a body quits, I can keep fighting as long as my body keep giving me some more reasons and you know allow me to.
do you feel
I
different now?
personally want to do it until I'm
Do
the
you
world
feel do you,
champion.
do you feel the difference over time, or is it like one day you just realize, whoa, it's not the same?
No, I mean, right, it's a lot better than I used to. I used to be weaker,
Really?
but now I'm stronger. Of course, I'm stiffer, I'm tighter. Yeah, like staying in the car, I'm stiffer, I'm tighter, I'm busier. So I just gotta stick more. How do I say? I gotta get more stretching. Some independent time. Yeah, because I'm not a kid. I gotta pay bills. I have to work.
Yeah,
I have to.
yeah,
I have to. This
definitely.
is my job now. And the competition is getting tougher and tougher and tougher. So I gotta get tougher and tougher and tougher. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How's the Bellator lightweight division? I don't really know much about it.
I mean,
I know the
Bellator
lightweight in the
doesn't. Yeah,
UFC is
Bellator
getting
is no
older a
longer.
little bit.
Bellator is no longer.
Look, Bellator doesn't exist. Oh, it's PFL.
Yeah, I'm not in that. I'm in ACA.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And what's the lightweight like league in ACA? I mean,
Dangerous. It's an organization nobody want to be in. It's the toughest
really?
organization out. Yeah,
Why? What about it?
everybody. Everybody is tough.
Is it everyone's a good fighter?
Everybody's tough. Everybody. You're not getting an easy fight.
Oh man, last fight looked okay. What do you know about the guy you're
What,
fighting
my fight?
in December 5th?
He's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
That's all I need to know. He's gonna be tough. He's gonna be tough. He's gonna be hard. We kind of got the same record, so
he's got the same record.
yeah.
Wow, it's gonna be great, man.
No, I think yeah, it's gonna be all right. I'll take him out. I just gotta focus. Just focusing, getting support. That's about it. So that's all I really need.
How
But
do you how do
God,
you stay in your how do you stay in your head? How do you keep your head straight?
praying, praying, getting a good circle. Having a good support team around you, training your butt off, working really hard, proper preparation, stuff like that. Try your best to keep it simple. Try not to make it all complex. Just do the things everybody don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The problem is that our brains make it complex. How do you like quiet it
Yeah,
down?
and
How do you quiet it down?
and like I said, people too. You might have the
Yeah.
wrong people around you that want to make it seem hard. Like, oh, you got to watch this. You got this kick. You got that. You got this. But nobody's talking about some of the powerful tools you have that you have to use. You're just too concerned on his power and certain things. And sometimes you just got to say, F it. I don't care. I got power too. So I would say,
Yeah.
yeah, focus mostly. I got prayer. Pray to God. Have a great support team and train your butt off. Even if it gotta be by yourself.
Sid,
Hopefully it doesn't
you're breaking
have to
up,
be,
brother.
but work your butt off. I'm sorry, I'm under the
I'm
trees
sorry.
right now. I said work your butt
Oh
off.
yeah, that's all right. That's it. Okay, man. I want to see more. What do you call?
You
I
heard
want to
me?
see. I want to see. I want to see. Are you hoping to? I don't even know whether it's bad etiquette to talk about what you're hoping to do. What do you know about this opponent? What's his game like that you're fighting?
He bleeds the same way.
He bleeds the same way.
Breathe oxygen.
Does
He
he like to?
bleeds the
Does he
same
prefer to
way.
stand? Is he a takedown guy? What kind of guy is he?
Honestly, brother, you'll know better than me because I don't really care.
Really?
I don't care about. Like I told you, I watch to see how he moves. That's about it. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's a tough guy, so I have to be tougher. So I have to work a lot on my specific thing. So whatever he gives me, my goal is to win.
I love it. I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be great, man. Yeah. So you train. So
that's cool.
what's your training schedule like?
Shoot, 10 a.m. every morning. No, I'm sorry, 9 a.m. every morning. I get done around 11:30. Um, left on what do I do on there? Oh, 1 p.m. drill, some light drilling. 2 p.m. strength and conditioning on Mondays,
Yeah.
Wednesdays, and Thursdays. One Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays we spar. Then 12 o'clock jujitsu. Then you have your therapy. Then you have your road work. What else? Yeah. And then grapple again at 7 p.m.
So all day, every day.
Yeah. Weekend you normally chill, but you're doing something light work, drill, stuff like that. Go to the gun range, blah blah blah. Have
Do you
fun.
what do you call it? How do you give you how do you recover?
It's relaxing, eating healthier, a lot healthier.
Yeah, dude.
Water, ice bath. Try to go to the cryo.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Everything is expensive now.
Dude, it's a fortune. It's a fortune to get a decent like anything that isn't like that you can't do by yourself in nature is just a fortune to do, especially on a regular
Yeah.
basis. You know?
Uh-huh.
Ice bath is
Yeah,
crazy.
you're
How long
right.
can you stay in that for?
You take 2 minutes and you go in the other bath. Then you cut it out, go back in the ice bath for 2 more minutes, can go
Oh my
out, go in
god.
a hot tub, sauna therapy, all that crap.
Yeah, you feel like
Yeah.
you feel like it makes a huge difference.
Huge difference. It makes everything much better, and then it help you cut weight too. Not
Does
all
it?
the time. Sometimes I like the cryo. Cryo chamber is much better for me.
Yeah. So you how
Much better.
what are you at now? How much what do you weigh right now? And how much? So you're a month out of the fight. What are you gonna weigh? You weigh
I weigh like
175 now.
100. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's awesome. And so every
yeah.
week you'll
Easy.
probably cut another 5 to 7 pounds, and you'll be there.
No, kind of stay there and just chill and chill and chill. Cut 10 pounds of water a day off, then you go check weight. See, try not to make it too complex. You know what I mean? It make it real simple and easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to cut 10 pounds of water, and that's it.
10 pounds of water.
And that's it.
And you could and then you could just rehydrate. Wait, when you fought, do you notice that people are like, "Whoa, like this guy's a lot heavier than 155?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Everybody does that.
Everyone does that. So 155 is
Everybody
usually fighting at 20 pounds, at 10, 15 pounds heavier than that.
around there. That's our average. Like, there's only so much you can gain. But yeah, everybody does it. Nobody walk in the cage fighting. I mean, Frankie Edgar did sometimes, but not everybody.
You've always been religious. You always prayed.
Always, I had to. It got me to where I'm shocked that I made it here. But now I want to make it further.
Yeah, I hope you go. I know you're going to, man. I'm excited for this next fight, man. Are you nervous about
It
going to
means a
Russia?
lot. No, I've been there before. Yeah, no, I
You've
can't.
been there. What's it
I
like?
got pretty dope.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. People there are nice. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the war and stuff, but my first time going to Moscow, and I'll let you know when I get back.
Wow, crazy. Yeah, we're gonna do a part two full episode when you get back, post win, and it'll be great. And we'll talk all this out in person, and we'll be able to kind of dive a little bit more into it. All right.
Dude, you will love it. I'll make videos and share you stories with you.
All right, brother. You got it. Okay. Well, you got a fight in a month, December 5th. We'll push, man, and God bless, man. We're hoping for something good over here.
You will. Keep me in your prayers. I love you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon, man. Take care. Bye.
I'll talk.